All right, I got the package of spline Bristols, and it mics up at 0.076. Okay, that's the one that actually fits into these. It's four-sided, looks like an Allen key. All right, from distance you say, oh, that's just an Allen key. There's only 4 slides, and I'm gonna teach you the trick. It's the Dave Fuller trick. It might not work on camera, but the first thing you want to do, you can try undoing it dry, or just put your tool in there and turn it, but it won't work. Okay, this has like a Glyptal on the threads, and it's been over 70 years. So this is the Dave Fuller method. You take the tip of your soldering iron and you put it right in there, and you leave it in there for a couple minutes. Okay, so right now my soldering iron is sitting in the hole, heating up that set screw. Okay, and I want to tell you that I was wrong about what these transmitters went for. Years ago, up until the 70s, they were $8.88, brand new in the box. Okay, and they're now going for $1,700 on eBay, and a lot of them are bodged. And I've been going through all the different update manuals, and they do have you gut certain things. This one is fairly unmolested, and in order to do this, you're going to have the Bristol tool, and it's a .076 4-fluted or four splined Bristol tool. Okay, and this is an actual Bristol tool that I got. I bought a package of them because there was no way I could figure out what size these set screws were. Okay, they call it in the manual, they call it a Bristol number 6. Okay, and I tried cross-referencing it, and I was hoping somebody somewhere would mention the size. See, these are the things I sort of run into. That's why I kind of doubt that certain people actually work on this equipment, is because when I go into it, I find right away, like, well, what size Bristol is it? You know, in order to take this tuning cap out, I have to open the VFO cover again. Okay, and I have to take these 2 tuning caps out because they have those split gears, and I'll show you that. Okay, and I went on YouTube and I looked around. There was one guy showing how to rebuild the flower pot capacitors, and he basically drills a bunch of holes into it. I can't believe some of the stuff that I see. Now that should be a minute, and hopefully it. All right, let go. Hopefully it breaks loose on cue. Make sure the tool's all the way in, all the way down, and you pray. Yeah, okay. But that's the secret, okay? That's the Dave Fuller method. Okay, if you try to undo that set screw with a brand new Bristol wrench, you're going to break it, okay? And that's the trick. And that's the trick I've been using for years. And Dave Fuller actually had, soldering iron. We didn't have good welders. We had these cheap little things, and he actually would mount a Phillips head from you have jeweler screwdrivers. You can change the heads in a jeweler screwdriver. I don't know if I have one here, but he'd actually mount the head of the screwdriver. I did have one kicking around here. He'd mount it right in the soldering iron. Oh, all right. Yeah, it's one of those things that shows up when it wants to show up. But he did that, and I saw him do it. And then every so often, he had to change the Phillips head, the section, the screwdriver. And he had all kinds of trick ways to open up a set screw, and it's because the people that built the unit put too much Glyptal or too much Loctite on the threads. Like I told you, you put a drop of Loctite on the threads, and then you suck it off with a Kim wipe or a tissue. And whatever's left behind, that little bit of residue, that's plenty. Okay, this unit has too much, all right, on each one. So you're going to have to heat them up. And the trick is, you know, this soldering iron tip actually goes inside. It actually goes inside in the hole, and it warms it up. And at least a minute, and then you snap it. And it probably, you should use the short side. But I you know, being on camera and that, I had to do it a certain way. But this is just another quick update. And when I get these two tuning capacitors out of the unit, I want to measure them, disconnect them and measure them, because they're synchronized and they should be the same amount. They look like they're the same amount. And there's all ways around to, if they weren't, as long as they stay synchronized, you can make adjustments. When you tune your VFO in, and then there's another adjustment to finalize the capacitor in the final stage. The tuning coil has its own capacitor, and that's to make up for the fact that these won't be exactly in sync. I think that's it. All right, that's it.